What's up guys, it's TalkTalkDragz and today I want to talk about the next gen Xbox because this is a very interesting console because it's not really going to be a console, it's going to be more like a PC. And of course a lot of people are disappointed about this because usually the people who buy Xboxes are people who buy consoles because consoles are supposed to be a cheaper alternative to gaming PCs. But this is going to be priced more like a PC. And it's probably going to be, I think apparently it's going to be something around $1,200, which is £900. So I think none of those people are going to buy this. And to be honest, I even think people who can afford PCs aren't going to buy this. Because really, if you had $1,200, would you buy a proper PC or would you buy this stupid Xbox hybrid? I think I know what most of you would say. And of course, I think there's already one negative, which I think is the Xbox Game Pass. Because I don't know if the Xbox Game Pass is going to apply for this, but if it does, then you would have to pay to play online in paid games on a PC. So I think there's a lot kind of drifting. Sorry, I think there's a lot kind of drifting people away from this, really. And I just think it's going to flop. I think it's going to flop. I firmly believe it will flop unless they do what I think they should do, which is do what they did with Xbox Series S, which is basically they have the expensive one, which is going to be this PC one, and then they have a cheaper one. So that's what they did with the Xbox Series. They did the Xbox Series X, which is like, I think currently £500 or like $600 or whatever. And then the Xbox Series S, which is £300 or $400. So they had an expensive option and a cheaper option. I think if they do that, I think they'll be fine. I think people will buy the cheaper option, but I don't know who's going to buy this PC hybrid that they're making. I don't know who's that. I don't know who that's appealing to other than collectors. I think that's really silly. Obviously, clearly they want to do it, so that's fine. I think maybe what they're trying to do, I think what they're trying to do is trying to steer more people into the part of a PC, which I do like. I like that. I think, PC gaming is much better than console gaming, in my opinion. But I mean, it's not really an opinion. It is. PC is better than console. That is a fact. And that's not an opinion. That literally is objective. PC is better than console. So I really think that's a good thing. Obviously, the thing stopping. Obviously, I acknowledge the reason why most people probably do go on console is because it's cheaper. So I do acknowledge that. But I do also think PC is just much better than console. So I think it will be nice to get more people hooked into PC. And that's similar. I also want to talk about Steam Machine, actually, because that's kind of doing the same thing, really, but it's going to be much cheaper. This one's, while the next-gen Xbox is set to be apparently $1,200, the Steam Machine is going to be apparently around $700, like I was saying in my in one of my latest videos, that the Steam Machine is going to be more around $700, which I think if they do that, I think it will do much, much better than this next-gen Xbox. I think a lot of people are going to get the Steam Machine if it really will be $700. That's like around £550, something like that. So I'm really excited to see what Valve do with that. I probably won't get the Steam Machine because I'll rather save up for a PC instead. But I mean, the Steam Machine is going to be like a PC, but I probably won't get it. I just want to get a normal PC. But yeah, I think the Steam Machine really, it could actually pose a threat to PlayStation and Xbox. I'm not saying it will overtake it, but it definitely won't overtake it. But it'd be nice to see another contender, because for ages it's just been PlayStation versus Xbox. So let's see a new contender. Nintendo doesn't count, obviously. So yeah, I just think it's very interesting. Steam Machine, I think, looking very promising. Xbox, on the other hand, not looking very promising. I think the only real pull they've said about it, the only real interesting thing they said about it, which isn't really interesting to be honest, is that obviously it's going to be kind of like a console still, like a PC mix of a console. So it's going to be something that instead of having in an office like a normal PC, you would have it in like a lounge. And what they've said is you can turn it on with a controller. That's the only pull I've heard from them. What a pull that is. You can turn it on with a button on your controller. Oh, let's all get the next gen Xbox, guys. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't get what they're trying to do with this. Obviously I do know what they're trying to do. They're making a PC. They're trying to turn Xbox into a PC, but I just think it's a bit pointless, really. I mean, they obviously want to do it, so that's fine. But I think if they do want Xbox to actually keep getting sales, they should do what I think they should do. Make this cheaper alternative if people want to still get Xbox but don't want to spend $1,200. I think that'll be a much better idea than just releasing this PC console hybrid. So that's all I really have to say. Please leave your thoughts down in the comments. I always do love reading your comments. I read every single one of them. And I'm just really interested to see what will happen, you know, because Steam Machine is obviously going to release in 2026, I think in the first quarter, so like somewhere between January and March probably. And then obviously PlayStation 6 and next gen Xbox are all going to probably release in like 2027. So very interesting stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.